The Galactic Coalition had conquered 17 star systems in the last solar cycle. Their military tactics were unmatched, their technology superior, and their resolve unwavering. The Coalition's elite warriors, known as the Vanguard, had never encountered a species they couldn't subdue, until they met humans. Commander Trell stood on the observation deck of the flagship Immutable Truth *, staring at the blue-green planet below. Earth was classified as a death world, a planet with such extreme conditions that intelligent life should have been impossible. High gravity, extreme temperature variations, corrosive atmosphere, unpredictable weather patterns, and aggressive biodiversity. Commander, the scouts have returned from the Mars colony. Lieutenant Mars reported, his forearms stiffening in the formal salute of their people, and Trell's scaled skin rippled with anticipation. The humans, they are. Mars struggled to find the words. They are changing the planet, sir. Explain. They call it terraforming. The process began nearly 40 Earth years ago. Trell's inner eyelids blinked rapidly. Show me. The view screen flickered to life, showing the red planet. But it wasn't entirely red anymore. Large patches of green dotted the surface. Atmospheric processors towered over the landscape, pumping oxygen and nitrogen into the thin air. Massive ice caps at the poles were visibly smaller than in previous reconnaissance images. Impossible, Trell whispered. Mars is a barren wasteland. Nothing can live there. The humans have brought life to it, Mars said. They've introduced microorganisms that convert the soil. They've redirected comets to increase the water supply. They've built massive shields to protect from solar radiation. Trell leaned closer to the screen. How many centuries has this taken them? Less than one, Commander. The silence that followed was deafening. Our scientists have analyzed their methods. Mars continued, his voice low. They are using technology that we consider primitive. Another officer, Captain Dex, entered the observation deck. Commander, we've intercepted communications from their governing body. They refer to this as basic terraforming, a training ground before they attempt what they call challenging environments. Trell's claws dug into the metallic railing. If Mars is basic, what do they consider challenging? Dex's skin paled. Venus, sir. They've already started. The view screen shifted to show the hellish planet. Orbiting mirrors reflected sunlight away from the planet. Massive atmospheric processors were being constructed in orbit. According to the data, the surface temperature had already dropped by several degrees. How? Trell demanded. Venus is a pressure cooker with acid clouds and temperatures hot enough to melt metal. They've developed suits that allow them to work in those conditions, Mars explained. They consider it uncomfortable but manageable. The Coalition had encountered species from hospitable worlds before. Soft creatures that required perfect conditions to survive. Humans, however, had evolved on a death world and considered environmental extremes a mere inconvenience. Commander, Dex said, voice trembling, there's more. They're not only changing planets, they're building artificial worlds. The view screen changed again to show massive ring structures being constructed in space. These habitats rotate to create artificial gravity. They're designed to house millions of humans. Trell stepped back from the railing. Why would they need artificial worlds if they can transform planets? According to their communications, it's more efficient, Mars said. A quote from their lead scientist. Why spend 50 years terraforming when you can build a habitat in 10? The implications were staggering. The Coalition conquered worlds because habitable planets were rare and precious. Their entire military doctrine was based on the assumption that species needed specific environments to thrive. Humans didn't. Have they detected us? Trell asked. No, Commander. We remain cloaked. And our invasion plan? Dex and Mars exchanged glances. The War Council recommends withdrawal, Dex said carefully. Trell's head snapped around. Withdrawal? The Coalition does not retreat. Sir, Mars said, we've analyzed their history. These humans fought among themselves for millennia on a planet that should have killed them. They'd survived multiple extinction-level events. They view environmental catastrophes as engineering challenges. Dex pulled up another image. A desert on Earth being transformed into lush farmland. This was accomplished in 2 decades. They called it restoring the land. Commander, Mars continued, our simulations indicate that if we engage the humans and lose, they will not simply defend. They will counterattack, and they will not stop at reclaiming their territory. Trell understood the unspoken fear. If humans could transform dead worlds into living ones with technology the Coalition considered primitive, what would they do to enemy worlds once provoked? Send the withdrawal order, Trell finally said, and mark this system as prohibited. As the flagship silently retreated from Earth's solar system, Trell watched the blue planet fade from view. For the first time in his military career, he felt true fear. Not of human weapons or armies, but of their relentless drive to bend the universe to their will. The species that could make death worlds hospitable would not be conquered. They would not be contained. And the Coalition wanted no part in what humans might consider advanced terraforming.